Hey everybody, my name is Fred. Welcome to Personal Time Outdoors. This is my first camping trip this year, and I'm really happy to finally have a chance to get out. It's been a crazy spring, and I've just not had an opportunity to get out doing any camping or any backpacking, so really happy to be here today. I'm at a place called the West Woods, and the West Woods is another park in the Geauga County Park District, similar to Camp Chickagami. If you've seen my video on Camp Chickagami, this particular location is run by the same park district. It's a little bit different though. Unlike Chickagami, there are only two campsites here that you can reserve. And as you can see behind me here, they are just very primitive sites. About all you get is a tent pad, a fire ring, and I don't know if you can see it, but down there, there's a place to dump your wastewater. And that's all that's here. So I'm not sure really how to classify this. It's not backpacking because the campsites aren't that far away from the parking lot, but they are far enough away where I wouldn't say that it's car camping because you can't just pull up to the campsite and unload all your stuff. So you do have to carry it in a ways. I don't know, it's like maybe like a 10-minute walk to get back to the campsite here. I am at campsite A. Campsite B is on the other side of the lot, and both of those can be reserved online. I'll leave some information down in the description. There's also some trails here in this park that I want to check out. I'm going to be here for tonight and tomorrow night, so I'll have all day tomorrow to kind of explore the park and check out some of the trails. Nothing really long, but it'll be nice to get out and do a little bit of hiking and enjoy this nice weather that we're having. So one of the things I'm doing on this camping trip is I am testing out my new tent. This is the Nature Hike Cloud Up 2. I just picked it up a couple of months ago. First time I've camped in it. I did set it up inside the house, but this is the first time I've actually set it up outdoors. So I was pretty familiar with the process after messing around with it inside the house, so it wasn't too bad. I didn't have the opportunity to stake it down in the house, obviously, so I had to kind of fiddle with that a little bit to kind of figure out what was the best way to do it. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it, my pitch so far. So we'll see how it does tonight. This is probably considered a budget tent. This is the sill nylon version of it. They've also got a polyester version. I spent a few extra bucks to get the sill nylon version because it is a little bit lighter. This tent is under 4 pounds, which I know is not exactly what you consider lightweight or ultra lightweight, but for a one-person tent, it's actually a two-person tent, but I use it as a one-person tent. And for the type of backpacking I do, this is probably going to be perfect. So we'll see how it does tonight. Probably after I have a few more nights camping in it, after I've tried it out a little bit more, I'll probably do a little bit more of a review. So this is just kind of my first look with it. One thing to keep in mind is if you're using a campsite that has a tent pad, sometimes the beams that they have define the outline of the tent pad can get in the way. As you can see here, the stakes that hold out the front vestibule we're going to end up right exactly in that big piece of wood. So fortunately, I had some twine with me, so I was able to extend it out and make it work. So piece of advice I would say is always bring some extra cordage with you. Ideally, I probably should have had some paracord or something like that, but this twine will work just fine. This will give you some idea how much room there is inside this tent once I've got my sleep system deployed. You can see that there's plenty of room for one person in their gear. They say that this is a two-person tent, but it'd be a pretty tight squeeze for two people in there. Maybe, an adult and a child, that would work. Or if you're going to have two full-size adults, you better be good friends. That's all I got to say. So I bought this Vault bear canister that I brought with me this weekend. Not because I'm really worried that there's going to be bears out here, but I wanted to kind of see how this thing would work in my pack and kind of get a little bit of experience using it a little bit. The reason why I bought it is later on this summer, my wife and I are taking a trip out west. And the location where we were going, I've looked at a lot of videos and photos of the area. And from what I can see, most of the trees there are kind of like the real skinny pine trees, which are not really good for hanging a bear bag. There's no requirement to use a bear canister at this place, but I figured it would be a lot easier and probably safer than trying to, hang my food bag, on some skinny tree that's right next to the trunk. It's really not the way you're supposed to do it. So I figured if I brought it this weekend, I could kind of get a sense of how it fits in my pack and how it is going to work out. And I got to say, so far, I'm not a big fan. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and it takes up a lot of room in the pack. So I'm going to have to try to maybe rethink the way I pack some of my things and try to make it work when we go out west. Well, one good thing that the Bear Vault is good for is makes a nice little table. So I guess that's something. For the first night here, I brought some cheddar cheese brats. One of my favorites. It's going to be awesome. Oh, excellent. Always a good choice. So the other thing I brought is my daily bag of vegetables. My fantastic wife goes through a lot of work and she cuts up a portion of vegetables just like this for me every single day. Really appreciate that. Morning, everybody. I'm just finishing up my breakfast here. I just made a couple of quick packets of oatmeal, and as soon as I finish up drinking my tea here, I'm probably gonna maybe tidy up camp a little bit, and I'm gonna go check out some of the trails that are here at the West Woods. I'm checking out this trail map here for the West Woods, and what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go hike this Pioneer Bridle Trail, which loops around in this direction here, this kind of brownish orangish trail. It says it's 2.7 miles, which is the longest trail that they have here. So that was a pretty nice little hike. There's not much to look at on that trail. It's pretty much just a walk in the woods, but it was still really enjoyable nonetheless. The trail itself is really nice to walk on. It's really improved, kind of like a gravel road. It is a bridle trail, so that's probably why they have it made so nicely. There's another trail. It's called the Ansel Cave Trail. I might go check that out this evening after dinner and see what's over there. Trying something different for dinner tonight. A couple of years ago, my dad gave me a food dehydrator, and I never really used it. Sitting down there in the basement, and I kind of thought, well, maybe I'll try to dehydrate my own meal. So I made my own dehydrated chili mac. So we'll see how this comes out. Hopefully it does, because I don't have anything else to eat. Now my understanding is what you want to do is you want to put just enough water in here to cover the food. And I got my own homemade food koozie to help it stay warm while it rehydrates. And I brought 2 bags, so I'm gonna put some water in this bag too. I could have used a little more water in that one. We'll see how it does. Made this little bag out of a roll of Reflectix. There's a million videos on YouTube. You've probably seen them before on how to make one of these. But basically, it's just an insulated bag made out of that foil bubble wrap insulation, and you put your freezer bags inside of it while the food's rehydrating to help keep everything warm. So what I'll do is I'll let it sit in there for about 10 minutes. I'll take my spoon and stir them up, and then I'll let them sit for another 10 minutes, and then they should be good to go. Well, let's see how we did here. Well, it looks like chili mac. Looks like it's about the right consistency. I did add some water to that second bag, so that one should be good too. Well, let's try it out and see how it is. Well, rehydrated nicely. Noodles are good. Everything's good. Not too bad. Maybe I'll try this again sometime. Well, I still got about an hour and a half of daylight maybe, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go check out this Ansel Cave trail, which is right over here, this red trail. Go see what's there. Pencil Cave Trail is definitely worth the walk. It's pretty cool down there. Hope you guys enjoyed some of those shots I took. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Tomorrow morning I got to get out of here really early, so I am not going to have time to film anything. So I'm going to go back to camp, have a little campfire for a little bit, and then go to bed. I'll be posting my debrief video for this trip, so be sure to check that out. That'll give you all the details you need to know in case you want to come out to the West Woods and go camping yourself. Thanks for watching my video, and if you enjoyed this content, I hope that you would consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great day.